True intimacy is never forced. It is something you earn slowly through trust. Welcome to this episode where we explore one of the most misunderstood aspects of relationships: asking a woman for intimacy in the right way. Many men think that intimacy is just about finding the right words or choosing the right time to speak. But in reality, intimacy is not only about words. It is about a deep emotional connection, respect, and understanding the right moment. If you can master these elements, you will never have to push for intimacy. It will come to you naturally. Think of intimacy like a fire. You cannot force a fire to burn by throwing gasoline on it. That might cause a sudden spark, but it will die quickly or cause damage. Instead, you need to gather the right wood, create the right conditions, and let the flame grow slowly. In the same way, intimacy grows when both people feel safe, valued, and understood. Before you even think of asking for intimacy, you must understand the foundation: emotional connection. A woman will never open up to someone she does not trust. If she feels unsafe, judged, or undervalued, her heart will close long before you even speak. This is why the first step is not speaking about intimacy at all. The first step is creating an environment where she feels completely comfortable with you, where she knows your interest is not only physical, but also emotional and personal. How do you build this environment? It is built through consistent attention, kindness, and genuine respect. When you listen to her stories, remember the small details she shares, and treat her with dignity in every interaction, you are silently building trust. This trust is like invisible threads that connect your hearts. Without these threads, intimacy will always feel forced. With them, intimacy becomes a natural extension of your bond. Mutual comfort is another essential element. If you both enjoy spending time together, laughing at silly jokes, sharing deep conversations, or simply enjoying silence without awkwardness, she will feel more open. Comfort removes fear, and when fear is gone, the door to intimacy opens on its own. But here is where many men make a mistake. They try to rush. They think that after a few nice moments, it is time to take things further. This impatience often backfires. If you do not read her signals carefully, you can create pressure instead of attraction. What are the signs to look for? If she leans closer to you during conversations, if she touches your arm naturally, if she smiles warmly when you make eye contact, these are small signs that she feels safe and drawn to you. If she responds positively to your gentle, affectionate gestures, it is a green light that intimacy is growing. However, if she seems distracted, keeps physical distance, or avoids prolonged eye contact, it is better to wait. Forcing intimacy in such a moment will only make her retreat. Respecting her pace is not only mature, it is attractive. It shows her that you are confident enough to wait for the right moment, and that you value her comfort above your own urgency. Here is the secret: intimacy should never be the goal. It should be the natural result of the connection you build together. If you make intimacy the main objective, you risk turning it into a transaction, something she can sense and resist. But if your focus is on creating meaningful experiences, laughing together, supporting her dreams, and sharing real moments, intimacy will arise naturally. When a woman feels that the moment is flowing without pressure, she experiences intimacy as a shared joy, not an obligation. This difference is everything. One path feels like manipulation, the other feels like genuine connection. Communication plays a big role in this process, and not just verbal communication. Your body language can often speak louder than your words. For example, if you approach her calmly, maintain soft but confident eye contact, and keep your voice gentle, you are sending a powerful message without saying anything. Small details matter. Smiling sincerely, moving closer slowly instead of suddenly, and respecting her personal space while still showing warmth all create an atmosphere of trust. These unspoken signals tell her, "I am here with you, not against you." When the time comes to express yourself verbally, clarity and respect are essential. Avoid aggressive hints or suggestive phrases that could make her uncomfortable. Instead, be honest and direct, but only when you sense that she is ready. For example, you might say, "I feel close to you and I would love to share a deeper moment together, but only if you feel the same." This kind of communication is powerful because it shows you value her decision. It tells her you are not trying to trap her in a situation she does not want. Respect for her choice is the foundation of healthy intimacy. Another important element is authenticity. Say what you truly feel, not what you think will get you the reaction you want. Women are highly sensitive to emotional authenticity. If you speak from the heart, she will sense it, and her response will be more genuine. Pretending or manipulating might get you short-term results, but it will harm the trust you worked so hard to build. When you combine clarity, respectful body language, and authenticity, you remove awkwardness from the process. Asking for intimacy then becomes a shared moment, not a tense negotiation. Remember, the way you ask is just as important as what you ask. If you ask from a place of anxiety or neediness, she will feel pressured. But if you remain calm, confident, and emotionally balanced, she will feel safe. This calmness is deeply attractive because it signals that you are in control of yourself, and you do not rely on her response to feel good about yourself. This is the essence of a Stoic attitude in relationships. Stoicism teaches that your self-worth should never depend on external results. If she says yes, you share a beautiful moment. If she says no, you accept it gracefully and move on without bitterness. This response communicates strength, maturity, and emotional intelligence. Patience is another essential ingredient. Relationships have their own natural rhythm. Rushing intimacy is like trying to make a flower bloom faster by pulling on its petals. It only causes damage. When you respect her pace, you show her that you are not only thinking about your own desires, but also about her comfort and readiness. Above all, respect is non-negotiable. Respect her space, her boundaries, and her timing. This respect will not only make her more willing to get close to you, but it will also create a relationship built on mutual trust. When she knows you prioritize her comfort above your own wants, her guard comes down naturally. In the end, asking for intimacy with a Stoic attitude means doing it calmly, without forced expectations, and always with respect. When you approach it this way, you create the perfect environment for intimacy to happen. More importantly, you become the kind of man she admires and trusts, the kind of man with whom intimacy is not just possible, but inevitable. When you ask for intimacy, remember, the moment is just as important as the words you choose. A well-timed gesture can speak louder than a perfect sentence. This is why learning to read the room is a skill every man should master. If you notice her eyes light up when you talk, if she laughs freely, if she leans in while listening to you, these are signals of comfort and trust. They are invitations, silent but clear, that the connection between you is growing. In contrast, if she is distracted, giving short answers, or keeping a physical distance, it is not the right time. Many men ignore these signs and push forward anyway, thinking persistence will win her over. In reality, it often damages the trust you've built. The right move is to pause, give her space, and focus on rebuilding comfort. Patience is not weakness. It is proof of emotional strength. Your nonverbal language is a powerful tool here. Keep your body relaxed, shoulders open, and posture confident but non-threatening. Avoid sudden movements that could startle or overwhelm her. A calm presence communicates far more than aggressive words. Touch, when done respectfully, can also bridge the gap between comfort and intimacy. A light touch on the hand during a laugh, or a gentle brush of the shoulder while walking together, can create a sense of closeness without making her feel trapped. Always gauge her reaction. If she responds positively, you can continue. If she tenses or pulls away, respect that immediately. Verbal communication matters too. Avoid making intimacy sound like a demand or a goal you're trying to achieve. Instead, speak from the heart, using I statements that express how you feel rather than what you expect from her. For example, I feel really close to you tonight. I love the way we connect when we're together. These statements create warmth without applying pressure. They invite her to share her feelings, and they make intimacy a mutual choice rather than a one-sided request. Another important aspect is emotional calibration. This means matching your energy to hers. If she is in a playful mood, match her lightness. If she is quiet and thoughtful, lower your tone and slow your pace. Emotional alignment makes her feel understood, and feeling understood is one of the strongest drivers of intimacy. Authenticity remains your greatest strength. Do not fake emotions to get a certain reaction. Women are intuitive and they can sense insincerity almost instantly. When your words, actions, and body language all align with genuine feeling, trust deepens. Remember, respecting boundaries does not slow down intimacy, it accelerates it. When she sees that you are capable of restraint, she will trust you more. And trust, once established, makes every intimate moment richer and more meaningful. In the end, the man who listens, observes, and acts with care will always create deeper connections than the man who rushes. Intimacy is not about taking, it is about sharing. When you approach it with patience, empathy, and genuine respect, you transform the experience into something unforgettable for both of you. One of the most attractive qualities you can show when asking for intimacy is emotional stability. Women are drawn to men who remain calm no matter the outcome. This is why a Stoic mindset is so powerful. If she says yes, you enjoy the moment together. If she says no, you accept it with grace and without resentment. Your reaction in that moment says more about you than any romantic words ever could. This attitude sends a clear message. Your value does not depend on her answer. You are complete within yourself, and intimacy is something you share, not something you desperately need to feel worthy. This confidence is magnetic because it makes her feel safe. Safe to say yes, safe to say no, safe to be herself. Patience remains a key ingredient. Every relationship has its own rhythm, and pushing for intimacy before it's time can damage what you've built. Think of it like music. Even the most beautiful song sounds wrong if played too fast. By respecting her timing, you show her that you care about her comfort as much as your own desires. Respect also means valuing her boundaries. If she needs space, you give it. If she wants to take things slowly, you follow that pace without complaint. This kind of self-control does more than create intimacy. It earns her admiration. She will see you as a man who is confident enough to wait and strong enough to put her comfort first. When the moment does arrive, let it happen naturally. Do not announce it, force it, or overthink it. Let your shared energy guide you. A smile, a gentle touch, eye contact that lingers just a second longer. These are the moments that lead to real intimacy. And remember, intimacy is not the end of the journey. It is a milestone, a sign of the trust and connection you've built together. Once you reach it, your responsibility is to protect it, to keep nurturing the bond so that it grows even deeper. In the end, the men who create the strongest relationships are not those who chase intimacy at all costs, but those who build it through trust, respect, patience, and authenticity. When you live with this mindset, intimacy stops being something you ask for. It becomes something that naturally happens again and again because she feels safe, valued, and truly connected to you.